Hey guys, we are doing something super different, super cool, and if you don't know, this is the bestie, and she works behind the scenes, but I told her we needed to do something like in front of the scenes so everybody gets to know her a little bit better too, because she has an amazing business all of her own. And we are going to take part of what she does and combine it with sound healing, because I've talked about this before. We just have never done a demonstration. I know how much you guys love demonstrations. So we are going to infuse the water that is going into the recipes. These are gluten-free too. So if we got gluten-free vegan people, this is the place you want to go, Mama Alana's Pantry. So what we're going to do is we are going to use our singing bowls, and I brought both of them. In general, I would only use one because each one's going to give a different frequency, right? But I knew what people were going to do. They're like, oh, but I don't have a Tibetan bowl, or they'll say, oh, but I don't have a crystal bowl. So we brought both of them. Oh, I got to grab my mallets. So basically what I've done is put a little piece of fabric in the bottom, because I don't want it to jingle and I don't want it to crack anything either. So basically it's very simple. I'm just going to put the water in there, and ta-da! Now this water is getting infused with the frequency of love. Hey, you know Valentine's Day is coming up, right? And we all love. The world needs more love anyway. So this is, as you guys know, Miracle Bowl manifestations, DNA repair. It does a lot of things. I'll just dig it again. So if it were me, I would just take the water out and start using it, but I want to give a demonstration as well about if you have a Tibetan bowl. So if you have a Tibetan bowl, same thing. And this is actually in the water, in sacred ceremonies, in the water part. We talk about doing this, and then in the sacred ceremonies, you can like pass it around, pour it in people's, not pass it around, but like pour it in people's different cups.
Don't drink out of the same one.
No, don't do that. And it's pretty simple. That's all you do. And you infuse it with your intentions and all that other stuff. So Alana is Italian and Greek, if you can't tell. So there's a lot of love put into food. And I think one of the things with us, like when we first met, so we met because our kids went to school together. And they actually aren't really friends anymore. It's her stepson and my daughter. And they really aren't friends anymore. They don't really talk much, but we have stuck together since then. And gosh, we've gone through so many different things, like Lyme.
Yes.
Both of us having Lyme.
We were both diagnosed around the same time.
And so we have a lot of the, hey, what hurts today? Oh, my back, my neck, my whatever. So like, we sometimes joke that we have one brain between the two of us and not quite one full functioning body.
Right.
So anyways, let's get into this. Alana, tell them more about like how this came about first.
All right, well, it first came about because of Lyme disease. I have a lot of intolerances and my immune system kind of likes to check itself. So I can't eat a lot of foods. I have a lot of allergies, and I can't have gluten and a bunch of other stuff like eggs and a bunch of fruits and stuff. And then along with that is some of my kids too. And so anyway, I started I got being Italian, bread is a staple and you need to have it, good bread. Yep. And so I have been working for like the last 11 years trying to figure out what bread recipe would be good.
You don't know how many conversations we have had about how can we make a bread that isn't like really dense as well, that actually rises, that's soft, that toasts, that doesn't taste like cardboard and all that. Like all through the years we've just, hey, did you see this recipe? Hey, did you see this recipe?
We've tried so much.
Yeah, but she's the brains of this operation in cooking, so she's the one that figured it out, not me.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to start. I just actually wanted to start a bakery like way before all this happened, and once it happened, it kind of put everything on stops, because how am I supposed to cook anything if I can't taste it? And I wanted to make it so we could eat it and it tastes good. So here is the product of it, and this is my very first and hardest, well, this was the hardest challenge, was the bread.
So. And this debuted fun fact, these debuted in Michigan
Yep.
at our event.
Yep.
Yep.
It's the first time
At
I
the
was
Master
out.
Sound Healer event. She brought some, had a little table set up and everything. So that's where it debuted.
Yeah, very
Alright.
first. The first thing we're gonna do is put the sugar in the
Oh.
bowl.
I almost did the wrong. Don't let me do
And then we're gonna use the infused water, and it's warm. And then after that, we're gonna sprinkle the yeast, and everything except for your wet products, if you order from me, come right in the package, so you
It's
don't
so
have.
convenient.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to show you. Is it going to mess up if I get close and
I think you can probably bend the bowl.
Let me tilt the thing. There. Okay, it's in there, and then it's going to get frothy, but we got to set it aside for a little while, right?
Yeah, I like to put it under the light of the stove, so that way the warmth from it helps all of the yeast to start getting happy and bubbly.
Yep. Then we have some butter here. So tell them what else we're making, because it's not just the bread. We're going to make some other stuff too.
So what we're gonna make is the bread, and then we're gonna make buns. So you can make the buns for hamburger buns, or we're also going to make half of the bun pan. We're gonna make hamburger buns, or whatever you want. We like them just for sandwiches and stuff too, and because they're the perfect little size. But we're also gonna make cinnamon raisin buns, and they are like my favorite breakfast. And they're, besides a little bit of sugar in there, they're pretty good for you too. So
Just a little bit of cinnamon.
yeah, a little bit of cinnamon sugar in there, and they're pretty good for you. And I think they taste great. And you can frost them. I usually cut for breakfast. I cut them in half and just put butter in them.
Yum.
Yeah. So
That's actually one of the things that I have not tried yet, because I've tasted basically everything.
she's gonna love them, I think.
I love most everything.
Do you want to grab the pan so I can talk?
Oh
about
yeah.
it? We were pretty much prepared. All right, so these pans I have specially made, and all of the times we tried bread recipes, a lot of the failures I think we had, once I finally got like the perfect bread mix, was the pan. I've tried every pan you can come up with, and this pan is what you need. It has to have the sliding lid, and it has to have a lid on it. It's, if you make the same bread recipe without the bread pan, it does kind of flatten down and get a little, it still tastes great, but it's a little bit more dense and heavy. And so our bread pans are very important, and I do have them in like a little package bundle on sale for your first order, and then you can just get the products after that. And so this one is going to be for the buns and the cinnamon buns and hamburger buns, and this is just for regular bread.
Okay, and the other thing that she's not going to tell you, because she's not like that, is that she's in a contest called The Greatest Baker, and she's in the semifinals. And so I'm going to put the link to vote underneath this after we're done with the live, but please go vote, because she deserves it. And it's with Buddy, what is his last name again?
Velastro?
Yes, Buddy Velastro, and she gets like, what, a photo shoot?
I get a 2-page spread in their Bake from Scratch magazine. You get $10,000.
That's nice.
And personalized training from Buddy to help you start your company, which would be perfect since I just started my company. So that part would be pretty much priceless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm super excited.
And now my bread, a lot of times I like to make extra because I have a big family and we're busy. So I make extra.
Okay, she's just glossed over that. She has 5 children at home. So, just saying.
Yeah, so I like to make it extra because it's easier for me to make a bunch at once and then come back to it.
because we're extra.
Because we are extra, we're extra.
We did extra because we're extra.
Yes, this is
That's it.
But if you slice it and you freeze it, you can just take it out and separate it and toast it, and they still taste almost just
Yeah.
as good as fresh baked, I think.
My husband, Mike, he's always in all our stories. I was like, you need to try this. And he's like, Usually when I'm giving him like not normal food, because he doesn't have to eat this way, he's usually like, really? And it tastes different and it tastes funny. He doesn't like
Right.
it. And then he tried this bread and he's like, oh, I would totally eat that. Like, yeah, I know it's that good. So.
Most people think I'm trying to trick them, and I'm like, why would I trick you? I would get sick, so why would I want to get you sick?
Exactly.
How's the yeast doing? It's getting there.
It's
I think we could
almost-
probably.
You think it's ready?
I mean, it might need a little bit longer, but it will work.
Well, we can be entertaining for a couple minutes longer.
We'll talk for a few more minutes.
Oh goodness, what do we talk about? I usually have all sorts of stuff.
All right, I can talk about bread. some more.
Okay,
Okay,
talk
so
about bread some more.
all of my mixes. So I have a lot of other, well, not a lot, but I have biscuit.
Oh my
buttermilk
gosh,
biscuit.
okay, the biscuits. So when she created the biscuits, she made some for me, stuck them in a baggie.
I wanted her
sent them
advice.
home,
I
and
need to
was
know
like-
what she thinks.
I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was completely addicted to these biscuits. And nobody else in my house could eat them because I only got 4 Alana biscuits at a time. And I would pull them out one by one when it was a rough day. And I'm like, this is my treat. And then I text her and be like, I'm having a biscuit today. And she's like, what's wrong? You know, and then, do you remember that one time I said I was going to eat my, so I said something about biscuits in my bath. So you guys all know that I take a bath, and this is like an hour-and-a-half long bath, right? And I said, I'm gonna do biscuits in the bath or something to that effect. Like I didn't write it quite right. And I think you thought I was floating biscuits in the bathtub.
That's exactly what it sounded like. However she worded it, I was like, so you like the bake?
I like them so much that I needed to like literally bathe in the biscuits.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, well, it is Vicky, so it's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible with me. I did one time put in calendula leaves, like petals and whatever, and then I got out of the bathtub and I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to clean this up? Because I can't let it go down the drain. I was straining the bathtub for so long. Yeah, so
you
sorry.
need to use like one of the tea
Yes,
things and let that float.
Exactly, I should have.
Yeah.
I thought about that afterwards. It was like very logical afterwards that I made this big mess.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, the biscuits, so good. And the cool thing about the biscuits is you can freeze them and then take them from frozen and put them in the oven and make them. So like then they're fresh, because if you bake them, you know how this goes, right? You bake something and then you put it in the
Right.
freezer and then you take it back out. It's not quite the same for most things. Of all of her things, it still works. But anyways, for most things. So it's always so good that they were like fresh and yummy, and I would put butter and honey on them and cut them in half, and yeah. You see that they are my favorite.
That's
So
what
we're
I'm
just
telling you.
gonna-
You tell her that she really likes them.
I
Anytime
know.
I would make biscuits before I started selling this, I'd be like, I set you aside some biscuits. Now, because I do have a large family, I couldn't set out a lot. So it was just 4 for Vicky each time. When I'd see her, I'd bring her little tray of frozen. So what I do is I put them on like a cookie sheet, all ready to go with the buttermilk on top and everything. And then I freeze it. And then once they're frozen, I take them out and put them usually like on a paper plate. And then I put a plastic Ziploc freezer bag around it or something. So that way you don't have to leave the cookie sheet.
Now after all this, because we're making bread, they're gonna be like,
Where's the
biscuits?
Well,
We'll have to do that next time.
Yeah, there you
We'll
go.
do that next time.
And I have cake mix.
Yes.
And the cake mix, I do have recipes on my website too to change them into cookies.
Yep.
And my
She
favorite
makes
cookies.
this cake mix every time for her kids' birthdays, and then they come like, I don't even know why they're asking me the question. Like, Vicky, do you want a piece of cake? Hello, yes. And then she, after a couple years of this, I think, like my piece is like one of the biggest pieces, and then I get to take some home too.
Yeah, she needs an extra big piece. I mean, chocolate's important.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's the comfort food.
Right.
Biscuits, chocolate, all that stuff. Yeah, the cake is amazing.
Yeah, and what else I have? Biscuits, cake, bread. And now I can't think. It's my own products. I have them in the store.
That's why I was saying.
Oh, pie crust
Oh yeah.
Pie crust?
Pizza crust.
and pizza crust.
Yes.
And
See, we got it.
yeah, we got this. We're good. And the pie crust, nobody ever believes that it's gluten-free either.
Yeah,
They're looking for me to like grab a different pie to eat out of, and they're like, "Why are you eating that?" So,
The pie crust really good.
and it's really simple. All of my products, I try to make it where you only need to add maybe 3 ingredients to make it with at-home ingredients to make it. So,
Right.
and unless like you do the cookies, then you might want to add like, I like to add the one recipe. You can do them plain, or you can do them German chocolate, and I
Because you
prefer
turn the other mixes into cookies.
the
the
cake
cookie
mix you can
Yeah.
make into cookies.
Mhm.
So I got the German chocolate cookies.
Right.
I've got Cool-Whip cookies, and I will add more cookies and other recipes that go with my products on my website. It's just a super new company, so I'm going as fast as I can with it. So how does it look?
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so
So
let
show
me
them
show
the
you what it
foamy.
looks like. It looks like what are those dogs that have the wrinkles?
Oh, Sharpay?
Pugs?
Pugs too.
Yeah, that's what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Well, that's what you want. That's what you want it to look like before you put the rest of the ingredients in. You want it to look like the dog. Same color, texture. But don't eat your dog, please.
Yeah, please.
All right, so you just dump the rest of the bag in,
Yeah.
like so. And then I make it really simple. Well, we already pre-measured stuff, but we have oil. And this is avocado oil. You can use vegetable oil. If you want to make it taste different, you can use like a flavored oil too, but I wouldn't recommend it if you want to make sandwiches or anything. And then it's apple cider vinegar. And that's it. We're gonna put that in there.
Do this from this angle. There we go. Ooh, it's looking already puffy. All right, so just warning, you're gonna listen to this spin for a while here. This is live.
I'll try to make it go faster than normal. So that way it doesn't sound too much.
But it is important to see how it moves from this to the poofy thing.
Right, and then the one, I hope that you guys can hear us. The one thing that's important too is that gluten-free baking is really different than baking with regular flour. So, and that's one of the reasons why it's so hard to figure out how to bake, because in the beginning I had no idea about any of this. But the dough isn't gonna look like regular bread dough. You can't like put it on the counter and knead it. It looks different. It looks more like, oh, thank you. This is Vicky's mixer. So
She doesn't have the same mixer.
no, my KitchenAid is like one of the original ones from like, I think I looked it up before, it was like 1948. It's my great grandma's. So this is a lot new, fancier stuff than what I'm used to. So eventually it's gonna kind of look like cake batter, not like bread dough. But when it looks like that, it means that it's right.
Oh.
And I usually do it a little bit slower and a little bit longer, but I'm trying to accelerate this for the video's purpose. But hey, it looks pretty mixed, so I think it's okay. I try to make this recipe so even if you aren't much of a cook, all of my recipes, that they'll be okay still. I've tested them out with my husband, which the only thing he knows how to do normally is grill and maybe fry some eggs. So that's what it looks like when it's done. It looks more like a cake batter, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you'd say?
I think so.
Okay, so we can stop it and we can put it in pans.
All right.
All right, so here we go. You guys, hopefully you can see me now. I'll have Vicky do it.
There you go.
Can you get that off too, please? All right, now that she helped me with her mixer. So So we're gonna take all of the cake batter, and maybe I can kind of show it. I mean, bread mix batter, and here it is. And we're just gonna, first of all, before I forget, where is the little brush? Thank you. So I am going to brush this pan with some oil. And there's oil in the batter, so if it's not perfect, it's okay. It shouldn't stick to these pans. And then I do the lid too. Even though I oil the top of the batter, I just like to make sure, helps make it a little bit like browner and crispier and better looking. And I will try to do this so you guys can see. Ah!
You kicked the thing under.
Sorry guys. Vicky's house has this fancy stuff, and it's like, I don't know, what was it, a vacuum?
It's a vacuum.
It's a vacuum.
There you go.
So it was a vacuum that I just kicked under the counter.
All right, so you spread it out. So like you see, it's not like regular bread, but it's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
I promise.
It's gonna be great. And then we're gonna put the rest of this oil that I have right here, but just enough oil to cover the top. And just kind of do that. Doesn't have to look perfect. And then I'm gonna put a wet paper towel over the top of it, like damp.
Oh yeah, let me get that.
A damp one that Vicky will show you. So I can stop going like this. And I use that to just help it rise. And then I usually put it under my oven light because the warmth of it helps it rise. But it only takes like 10 minutes if it's cold in your house, maybe 15. But keep an eye on it because you only want it to go about 1 inch to the top, because if it goes too high, it might overflow and then you're not going to have what you want. So I need that. When you make the buns, one bread mix will make 12 buns, so 2 rounds of the buns. So we already put one in, so we can show you guys them done, and you don't have to wait 30 minutes.
We have the magic oven.
It's magic.
Yes.
All right, so what we're gonna do here is, first thing is I'm gonna butter the pan, and I just line the pan with butter, like so. And then I like to do the top of the pan again. It doesn't have to be great. After that, each mix, or each hole takes a 1/3 cup mix. So I just put a measuring cup thing in here, and then I dump it in. And you guys, these buns are so great. Like, I really like to freeze them and pull them out and toast them for sandwiches, which I can use regular bread, and I do use regular bread too. But I don't know, I just like they're like the perfect little size for like a sandwich, especially for the kids. And then you're gonna see how easy it is to make these amazing cinnamon buns. Maybe I can get Vicky to taste one live.
Because I haven't tried them
Yeah.
yet.
So you guys will see the reaction on her face will be honest, because it'll be the first time she's trying something. Tried that, I mean, at least. And this pan, I only let it rise for like 5 minutes because it doesn't have that far to go. So now, what we're going to do
Because half of these are going to become cinnamon rolls.
yeah, cinnamon buns here. So the one side I'll leave alone, and the other side I just take a 30.
Okay, wait. It is a pig measuring spoon. My daughter got these for me. This one is, what, a half a teaspoon.
Yeah, I usually use
going
1/3, but she didn't
I
have
didn't
1/3.
have that.
And I was like, these are so cute that we have to use it. I feel like I need to squat.
I know, a little bit. So I wanted to show both. I'll get a close up this way.
Okay. All right. So the one side we'll leave alone, and the other side we're going to do raisin cinnamon buns. So I just take the cinnamon. Oh, this is cinnamon and sugar, not just cinnamon. That would be a lot of cinnamon. So I take that, and then I estimate it's probably like 7 to 10 raisins. I don't know. Just whatever makes you happy, but you don't want to overdo it because I don't know how it would cook. And so I kind of just like push them in, like so. And it doesn't have to be perfect. But sometimes if they go off to the side a little bit like these ones are, it might not grab it. So you want that to happen. And so I just do that. And you can do it without raisins, like if you don't like raisins, it would still be great. And then I go ahead and do that again on the top. And then I'm gonna butter the top of all of them. I think I'll use the pig again because the other one that I was planning on using, I got stuff on it. So you just wanna get some butter on the top of each of these. And then on this side, I'm gonna put the butter on it, but I'm gonna brush it. All right, Vicky's gonna brush it.
I'm your sous chef.
Thank you. All right. And then the other one right there. Let me make sure this is
Yay.
And it's just like that, so simple. And then we're gonna let it rise just like this with the lid slid on it.
And it's extra infused with love.
That's right.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna cook them. The bread takes 50 minutes and the buns take 30. But I'm gonna show you guys a surprise.
We already did it. We got the magic oven. We were prepared, but I want to show you real quick that like this is rising.
Oh, this is a napkin. I just wiped my hands with.
I'll give you
I was like, oh, look at this convenient napkin to clean my hands off. It's nice and damp. Vicky's good.
That's funny. All right.
All right, so we're gonna get. Can I put it right on your counter? Or do I need a pot? So this one's kind of hot, but it just came out of the oven, and well, it was all the way to the top when it first came out of the oven, but it came down because we took it out. Well, I think Vicky did it.
Yeah, I took it at the very beginning.
So I like to.
Okay, you didn't even see that. Like, oh my gosh. She's like, what are you talking about?
See,
what
it's been sitting in the pan.
But like how bouncy it is. You see how bouncy
Now,
that is?
if you can see, it's a little bit wet on the side, and that's only because we.
That's because we
Yeah.
left it in there and didn't flip it right away.
Normally, you want to take it out as soon as it comes out of the oven. I slide the lid off of it, and I put it on a cutting board. I didn't bring because I thought this one looked better for presentation.
Okay,
But
I'm gonna get
cutting
banned from
board.
Facebook for that. They're gonna ban me for enough stuff.
But
You cut it?
anyway, yep, go ahead. Vicky's gonna cut a piece for you, and you can see what it looks like, and hopefully she doesn't hurt herself. She came over my house after I had surgery to help me with packages, and her husband Mike came, and he was asking where a razor blade is, and I said, well, I keep them over there, and he goes,
I'm banned.
He goes,
I am banned.
Vicky's not allowed.
I am banned because I hurt myself.
Yeah.
And
So
he's like,
that's
"You
why I
know
was
what
worried
the-
about the knife.
You know what the worst thing is? Side note. Worst type of cut is a cardboard box
They
cut.
are. They're horrible.
Oh my
And
goodness.
they get you it's like the paper cut magnified so much.
Oh.
And they
And then
bleed.
I got one that was like right under the nail, like right here.
Ooh, that hurts.
And it was from these bowls. So these bowls come 4 in a box. And so I went into the box, and the box is like this. Like, like the inside has the extra piece of cardboard
Yeah.
because they staple it together. So I went to reach in for one of those, who I was sending it to. But anyways, or I would have called them out.
Right, I was gonna say.
And I
Your
went
box
to
had extra love.
reach into the box to get that square box out for that one, and I was just like, ah! Because cardboard.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
that
anyway,
was a side story.
Look
'cause
at
you know
how
I am.
great. Like if you eat gluten-free bread, you will know like that this is
like abnormal.
right. It's what would you call it?
It's abnormal.
The Cadillac
in a
of
good-
breads.
I know. Abnormal in a really good way. All right, so.
All right, so now we're
put
gonna
that
show you
aside.
the buns. So you have like a little plate we can put them on.
Maybe
Maybe
this one? This one.
the hot one.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that's hot.
Do we have
So
a little plate?
we can put.
Oh yeah, I got a little plate.
Oh gosh. I think she's got something good here. Don't break it.
I know. Oh. Pig plate.
That is so cute. All right, so here we go. And these normally I take out right away too, because you don't want like the condensation in it.
So we got buns.
Yeah.
And we got.
Yeah, so I can like get it out of the.
Okay, you can put a cinnamon roll on the baby one.
Okay. What should I use? I just don't want.
Do you
Let's
want?
use this dirty. All right. So this is what it looks like coming out. Oh, we put in the cinnamon bun here.
Yeah. So.
And then these are the hamburger sandwich buns. And if you do freeze them, make sure you cut these before you freeze them so you can just split them in half and toast them.
Okay. My piggies are very happy right now.
So do you want to try one, Ricky?
Okay.
We should get the rest out.
My daughter always says that if I'm gonna do a video,
Here's Ricky with her giant knife.
let me cut this one in half first. My daughter always says that if I'm gonna do a food video, because I do like to do those on the Ghouls on the Go page, she's like,
Yeah.
you have to actually eat the food. I'm like, nobody wants to watch me eat the food, and she said actually
Oh, you
they
should
do.
show them what it looks like on the inside too.
Yeah. That's the bun. My piggy's very happy.
Now I usually
Alright.
eat this with butter, but I'm sure it'll be fine if you just. I like to slice in half, kind of like
You
an
do?
English muffin, and put butter on each side.
Well, we don't. Okay.
But you could just
Where
have
is the
like.
extra butter?
Oh
Oh, it's on the stove.
yeah, we got buttered and melted. She's got this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We could like drizzle it on there fancily.
I know, right? Because we're fancy. Although my plate now is too.
Oh,
My
you could show them
plate
the
is
inside.
now too small.
Let's see how pretty they are. Here,
Okay.
should I drizzle fancy? Here, I'll try to do it so you guys can see what I'm ready to do here. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
You,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can just like dip it or something.
Oh, yummy. Yeah.
All right, you can tell us how they taste.
Okay.
She's gonna like it, I think.
I just should I?
I would
pull it
rip
off?
like a little piece off, so you.
So I don't look like an uncultured person.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much I can do about that.
Okay.
All right. Here you go. I want a raisin though. Oh, I have a raisin.
What do you think?
It's surprisingly more like a cinnamon roll than I thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I-
They're really,
I-
really good.
I think like if you when you frost these,
Yeah.
it tastes like little tiny cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, because I was like, how are you turning bread into a cinnamon roll?
Right?
Yeah. As you can see, I'm eating more.
They're really good.
All right, I washed my hands. Oh,
If you eat them like this, you can have for breakfast. So these are gluten-free and vegan as long as you use vegan butter. But if you use regular butter, then it's not vegan, obviously.
Right.
And again, like Vicky said, I guess I'll bring up, please vote for me. If I'm not number one on Thursday at 10 o'clock
Yep.
p.m. or 8, or is it 7 Pacific?
No, I think it's 7 Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. They do this weird thing in the Greatest Baker contest that she's in that they zero it out for every quarterfinal thing. So like she got through to the semifinal or to the quarterfinals, and then she got through to the semifinals, and there's 3 more left, right?
No,
No, 2 more left.
this one and then the next one. The
there's
finals.
Oh, there's 2 more left.
Yeah, so we're getting
We're
close.
really, really, really
Yes.
close.
I made it,
but
we
they
started
zero
with
it out
I
every
was-
single time, which is a little bit aggravating.
Because like I get all these votes and I'm at number 1, and then they start you over.
Then
and
they're
I'm
like,
at
yeah,
number 7.
you're 0 now.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
So it's
So-
frustrating.
Anyways, hope
But-
you enjoyed this.
Yes.
Hope it was something that was different, and now you can see how you can use your sound healing tools and whatever to do different things. Like in the cacao, like for sacred ceremonies, we talk
Right.
about the cacao and whatever. And I have a friend whose mom, when she makes that, puts like little heart rose quartz crystals in it and stuff.
Oh,
So there's
nice.
a lot of different ways to incorporate sound and crystals and even Reiki healing, you know, into your cooking, which I think is cool.
Yeah, and then you gotta have it on the inside.
know. Just my
nourishing
husband's
your
always
body.
like, "What's the secret ingredient to the secret ingredient soup?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
What is it? It's love.
All right, thanks for being with us. Hope you enjoyed it, and maybe we'll do biscuits next time. I
Yeah.
think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.